Well, it's always a pleasure to welcome back Todd Lipa, Executive Director of CARES in Farmington Hills, a food pantry, and so much more, building a campus of hope and helping people from maybe job placement needs to substance abuse counseling and support, things of that sort, so much more. Todd, you guys are always doing so much there. We appreciate you taking the time to join us. And I wanted to talk with you about kind of what you're seeing right now in terms of suburban hunger, how many families you've been supporting lately, and if you've seen any improvements, or is it still just a pretty challenging time?
Well, thanks, Dave. It's always great to be on your show with you and be able to give your viewers a little bit of a update of what's happening in this whole food insecurity area. And it's happening not only in our urban areas, but it's even happening out here in our suburban communities. There's more and more suburban pantries popping up, and their numbers are increasing all over Metro Detroit. And we're just one of many pantries that are trying to serve folks that need just a little bit of support during these difficult times.
What is what have you seen in terms of numbers recently? I mean, just the cost of everything's going up, and so many people who may be on fixed incomes who maybe never thought they'd be in a tough position are facing that now.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter, Dave, where any longer it seems like. We have a large number of senior populated folks who have planned as well as they could plan, but with the economy and medication costs and everything else rising, they're coming in and needing just a little support. They probably would have never needed it, but in today's world, they just need a little bit extra, and that little bit extra might be able to afford them to be able to put gas in their car and some other things. That's what we're hearing. To some of our other families, the younger families that are coming in and using CARES, are single moms or single dads. Those families, their jobs have changed. Their industry has changed. So their wages have changed a little bit. And with the increased cost of everything, raising that family has been tougher. So we're seeing that increase. But really, it's since we first opened and came back to in person back after COVID in 22, we were at about 250 families, maybe close to 300. And last month, we did 918 households.
Wow.
Just under 2,000 individuals were fed by a pantry in Farmington Hills that serves 7 other communities. So we're seeing that. We're seeing also families who've had some bridge card cuts needing a little bit extra, so they're coming in here. We've really seen it. We're one of the only pantries in Metro Detroit and probably in the Midwest that has a full-fledged small grocery store right on our campus. And we've seen not a drastic, but we've seen a fairly good reduction in sales in our store just because of the bridge cards. And, people, we're hoping one day to have a bigger store that can utilize folks to be able to get more product than they get today. But yeah, it's out there. It's harder, but on the same time, we're very fortunate that we can be able to support the families when it comes to food insecurity. We can at least help them a little bit.
What are some of the misconceptions out there about suburban hunger? You launched a campaign not long ago called "Why Not?" Why not step in? Why not? Every person asking themselves that question: why don't that? Why why don't I step in and do what I can? Right? And that's kind of the idea.
Yeah, and we launched Why Not out of the brainchild of one of our volunteers, Dottie, who she was bringing in things that people say, Dottie, why did you do that? And she would say, why not? So we took that, and our marketing team, Dylan and Ryan Mitchell, really put something together that was incredible. So it launched a whole new piece for us to say, why not end suburban hunger? Why not work on it? We'll probably never get rid of it, but can we reduce it? And if the economy changes and things get better, maybe we'll see a nice reduction. But, why not support a suburban pantry? Why not support suburban hunger? Why not understand that just because people live in the suburban community, they could still be running on hard times? I understand that cities that people normally think of as need, those cities, I agree, they need everything we can give them. But we can't forget that there's folks living in suburban communities that things have changed and they need just a little bit of support too. So we really truly believe that the more we can educate foundations, large foundations, smaller foundation, businesses, individuals, that there is a true suburban hunger. And when you have 900 plus families needing it, it's a true reality. And the nice thing about what we're doing, and what we're working so hard here at CARES, is to make sure the numbers are correct. We use Gleaner's product called Link to Feed. Every single family is put into our system. Every child, every mid-sized adult, every single person is put in there. We put every ethnicity down there, religions, you name it. We use that information to keep good track of what we're doing. We track every pound of food in and every pound of food out. We even track every donated item to every purchased item from Gleaners. So we run average about 80-20, 80% we purchase, 20% we get donated. But we think we're keeping really good records. So when we tell you there was 918 and 1,890 some individuals, those numbers are what we tracked when everybody walked in the door. Just last month, almost 5,500 pounds of food walked out the door.
Wow.
We also track our blessings that we get from some of our food partners, like all those places like that give us a little bit of food that we can bring back to give out to our guests and our families. It's a reality. It's something we all need to work on. And we work every day to try to raise the money to make sure that we can feed the families that are walking in our door.
It takes, and by the way, we're talking with Todd Lipa, the Executive Director of CARES in Farmington Hills. When you were with the Farmington Area Youth and Family Services, the after-school program, you built partnerships from the ground up to launch that. That seems to be a talent you've had for so many years. You do that now at CARES. Talk about the partnerships you've built to not only support CARES, but the Campus of Hope, and how you reach out, how people can connect with you, because you've had state dollars come in, you've had private dollars, a lot of private dollars come in from all across southeastern Michigan. How do you do that, and where does it go from here?
I feel very honored to have been in this area my entire life. Partnerships that we built, you helped to build back when you were even younger, and looking at how did we build a youth program. A lot of the partnerships I have today were built with that. But I've always believed that, I can't do anything alone. It has to be we. And I'm going out asking everybody to be a part of what we are building. I didn't build CARES. We built it. You doing interviews, people coming in, businesses seeing what we're doing, businesses giving their 3-4 hours to volunteer. The volunteers of 160 or more that we have, we are doing this together. How have I done it? I believe that people will give. I believe that people will understand once they know what people need. We have built something here. We built a reflection garden. It's something that a group of kids came up with 7-8 years ago, and today it's really becoming a reality. We're just shy a little bit of finally finishing that product by getting our stage up and a few other things. So we're so close. But when that's done, it'll bring hundreds of people in for a concert or a wedding, or just to sit here with a family reunion. We've got a grant out there we're praying and hoping that we can get that will put a walking track around our property. Those are the kind of things what we think will help us to bring in new people to understand what suburban hunger is. How did I do this? It's been great people helping me. Every single person that has put their footprint on this property is someone I cherish, because there is no way you can build something like we're trying to build this campus of hope all by yourself. You need to have the team I have, that's immediate, the volunteers we have, our guests who tell other people about what we have here. The folks from AA who walk in that door 6 nights a week, they spread the word. The WIC moms who come here and are given help through WIC, they spread the word. It's all these we's that come together, because when you're just you'll never accomplish anything. You've got to bring the we's into the game. And that's
Yeah.
how I think we've been successful. We've done it, one business at a time, one place of faith at a time, one individual at a time, but we've done it together.
Yeah. And is it 8 years that you just celebrated?
We just celebrated our 9th year. We
Nice.
we were lucky to get the property on July 1st of 2017. So we blew out 9 candles on July 1st here at 2016, and we're already gearing up for next year's 10th anniversary. But right now we're really gearing up. It really does take a ton of people, and we have 3 major fundraisers that we do a year. And our major fundraiser is coming up on August 5th, and that's our duck race.
It's so much fun.
It's so much fun. It's crazy. Last year we dropped 8,700 ducks in the river down in Shiawassee Park. We have decoys that people paint and businesses paint, places of faith paint, you name it. They paint these crazy little decoy ducks. We released about 60 of them last year down the river. Somebody will win a trophy saying they were number 1. And then the big race comes where Bush's gives us $5,200 in gift cards. Other businesses help us out. We've got 15 other prizes that are worth at least $500 a piece. And we'll raise up a crane of a bunch of little rubber ducks. When the countdown goes from 1 to 10, or 10 to 1, actually, they'll drop again 9,000 ducks in the river, and someone will get a lucky duck to go in first in the chute and win $5,200. But that's what it takes. It takes those 5,000 people buying, standing in the river. It takes the 8,700 people that bought a duck to help us to make sure that tomorrow we can feed the next person who walks in.
Yeah. And there's literally ducks. So if you see ducks floating down the river, your eyes aren't deceiving you. And this is a very important effort. So, yeah.
It's a little yellow duck with, I guess, an orange beak. It's coming from CARES.
That's, that's right. Todd, I just had a couple minutes left, but where do things, you mentioned the duck race coming up next month. Where do things go from here? How can people support, and however they can, what can they do? How can they reach out?
If you want to learn more about CARES, our Mitchell-Logic team has done a great job. They have put every single video, including every video that's ever been done by Fox, on our website. You can see all the things we do. All our fundraisers are up there by video. You can go onto our website at www.caresfh.org, and I know you'll put that on the screen for folks later. They can call our office. But really, I think, just understand suburban hunger. Buy a rubber duck. Take a chance on winning it's $5 to buy a duck. Support some of our other programs. We need people to support CARES. We need businesses. We need families. We need places of faith. We need those organizations that are out there doing good things. We need I'm hoping one day one of the big foundations, we've been really lucky. We just got a beautiful grant from the Community Foundation of Southeast Michigan. We got another one from the Carls Foundation. But, I'm waiting on the day that I can sit down with someone from the Balmer Group, maybe the Wilson Foundation. The Gilbert Foundation is right here in Detroit. He's active all over the place. And then the Mackenzie Scott. I just read an article this morning that Mackenzie Scott gave $20 million. I think if any one of those folks could sit down with us and see what we're trying to build in this campus of hope, they would do it. You said in the very beginning, Dave, we were trying to build a campus of hope. All the programs that we offer here already are great. But, one of the big projects we have in a hope for, and we're working with some donors and some funders and some folks who have a great forte at doing this. We're looking at a job skilled base center, someplace where we can lift the next person up that doesn't have a job today and maybe needs a job tomorrow, or maybe their job has gone away and they need to refocus on how to get back into the workforce. We have a plan. We have a great group that's working with us, and our hope is that one day right here on our property we can build a structure that allows us to be able to give office space to people, to train others so that they can get off of the whatever role they might be on in the government and be able to stand strong. Each and every one of us, we want to stand strong. We want to be able to stand on our own. And how do you do that? When it's tough, you ask somebody to help you. Too many times people walk away and they forget about needing help. Help isn't a bad thing. Not asking is really the bad thing. And CARES is here just to be that piece. That if we can, we want to help. We can't do everything. There's other agencies doing things that we don't do, like paying like light bills and paying, your gas bill or whatever it might be, or rent. We don't do that. But we want to do what we can, making sure that we don't duplicate services. But we do want to make sure that we together lift people up.
Love it, Todd. You're always so inspiring. Todd Lipa, CEO of CARES in Farmington Hills, building that campus of hope, and so much more. Todd, thank you for joining us tonight.
Dave Kinchen, one of the best anchors out there, and on-street reporters. Keep doing what you're doing, my friend. We love you here at CARES. You have just been a great, great friend since you've come back to Detroit. We're glad you're here. We love seeing you on the anchor desk. We think you're the best around. So keep doing the great work you're doing.
Well, people need to know you are a lifelong mentor. I had, you were a football coach in middle school. I had 2 left feet, so there's not going to be any athletic talent coming out of me, but you unearthed some other skills and development that I was able to, continue to develop down the road. And so I owe everything to you, and I thank you.
Well, look how many people you've helped with those skills that you had. So we're proud of you, and we just hope that your life continues to have blessings and you keep doing exactly what you're doing, because you are putting the word out there to make sure people are helping. Last thing,
yes, sir.
You told me one day you'd go to Michigan State, that the other one a little bit better. But we just started back in May here a research project with Dr. Klein and Kevin Yatt from Michigan State. And we have a whole team of folks. Part of the Lineage Foundation is helping us, and we have our own team. But we are doing a deep dive study. They're doing a community impact study through the School of Social Work. Because what we're hoping to do is prove to people, not only just anecdotally, but truly say to people, we've done a study. This is what we've shown in Suburban Hunger. And please read the document that was put together. Michigan State is doing a heck of a job on it. Dr. Klein and her team are amazing. And all the folks at Lineage Foundation who partnered with us on this are doing a great job. And we have a couple private funders that jumped into this game and said, we want to do a study with you. So they got on board with it.
Awesome.
Your old alma mater, they're doing a great job, of course. And we're very, very proud that one will be able to have an impact study that shows exactly what a Suburban Hunger Pantry can do to change a life.
Can't wait to read that and see that. And of course, you're always doing great work at U of M. I know during football season, they always see you on the sidelines of the big house, running all the operations down there. And so it's always great to see you there too.
Great to see you, Dave. Thank you. Thanks for this opportunity to do something with you. And we'll do it again soon, I hope.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. Take care.
Take care.
Todd Lipa there with CARES in Farmington Hills, Executive Director, a food pantry, and so much more. Going to take a quick break. We'll be right back after this and take a look, a little bit of a rewind to America 250, some of our favorite stories here, because while July 4th was, of course, the specific day where we mark America 250, it's really the whole year. And we'll talk about that and how Detroit played a role, major role, several roles in the founding of America and beyond after the break.